Hello everyone. You can build perfect abs. You can have a six-pack, minimal body fat, and look like an ancient statue. But that's only the facade. Beneath that armored surface, most modern people hide a disaster. A spasming intestine, stagnant venous blood in the pelvis, and chronically inflamed internal organs. You sit for 10 hours a day, your diaphragm is locked, and your organs are literally compressed by gravity and stress. In the NOXUS system, we know that external form means nothing without internal efficiency. You cannot massage your liver or pancreas with your hands. No massage therapist in the world can reach your intestines through your muscular core, but you can do it yourself. Today, we move into advanced territory, Uddiyana Bandha, the vacuum, and Nauli. I'll show you how to create negative pressure inside the abdominal cavity, how to isolate control of the rectus abdominis muscle, and how to use a physiological hack to reboot your second brain and hormonal system. But before we move to the mechanics, let's understand why we're interfering with the internal organs in the first place. Inside your abdomen lies the enteric nervous system. It contains more than 100 million neurons, more than the spinal cord. It produces 90% of your serotonin, the neurotransmitter of calm and confidence, and about 50% of your dopamine. Your gut is literally your second brain. These two brains, the cranial brain and the gut brain, are connected by an information cable, the vagus nerve. This is the main highway of your parasympathetic nervous system, responsible for the rest and digest mode. The problem is that when you live under chronic stress, deadlines, news, conflicts, your brain activates the sympathetic system, fight or flight. At that moment, blood circulation in the intestines is suppressed. The body thinks, why digest food if a tiger is chasing us? The work of internal organs slows or stops. You experience bloating, inflammation, nutrient deficiencies, and a drop in energy. Nauli and the vacuum are a mechanical way to press the reset button on the vagus nerve and forcibly return the body to a state of regeneration and calm. Level 1. Uddiyana Bandha. The foundational technique without which Nauli is impossible is called Uddiyana Bandha, or the abdominal vacuum. This is pure hydraulics and pneumatics in action. You begin with a deep exhale, pushing absolutely all air out of the lungs. Then, closing the glottis so that no air can enter, you perform a false inhale. You try to expand your rib cage as if inhaling, but no air enters. What happens inside? Because the rib cage expands while no air enters, a strong negative pressure forms inside the thoracic cavity. Your diaphragm, the primary breathing muscle, acts like a powerful plunger. It is pulled upward under the ribs, dragging the abdominal organs with it, the stomach, liver, and intestines. This vacuum creates an extraordinary physiological effect known as venous return. Stagnant venous blood from the pelvis and legs is literally sucked back toward the heart. Fresh, oxygen-rich arterial blood floods the internal organs. It is one of the most powerful natural detox mechanisms built into human physiology. Level 2. Nauli. If the vacuum lifts the organs, Nauli massages them. The word Nauli means wave. It is the ability to consciously and independently contract the rectus abdominis muscle, the one that forms the six-pack, while keeping the transverse and oblique muscles completely relaxed inside the vacuum. For the brain, this is a complete pattern break. Evolution did not program us to control these muscles independently. It's similar to learning to wiggle your ears, but at the level of the deep core. Technically, the process looks like this. You begin with 30 or more cycles of Kapalabhati breathing. Then you stand slightly bent forward, hands resting on your thighs above the knees. You perform a full abdominal vacuum, Uddiyana Bandha. Without allowing air to enter, you press strongly with both hands into your thighs and attempt to push only the center of the abdomen forward. The rectus abdominis emerges from the hollowed belly like a thick rope. Once you can hold this central contraction, you begin shifting weight from one hand to the other. Press with the left hand. The left side of the muscle activates. Press with the right side engages. The final stage is a smooth circular transfer of weight. The muscle begins to roll from left to right and back again. At this moment, inside your body, something remarkable happens. This wave literally washes the internal organs. It mechanically breaks intestinal spasms, stimulates bile secretion, eliminating stagnation in the gallbladder, and accelerates peristalsis in a way no pharmaceutical drug can replicate. It is also an excellent preventive method against kidney and urinary stones. Safety rules. This is an extremely powerful tool, so safety here is similar to working with explosives. First, only on an empty stomach. The ideal time is in the morning after a glass of warm water and after emptying the bowels. If there is any food or liquid in the stomach, you risk reflux or injury. Second, no pain. Strong stretching or unusual internal pressure is normal. Sharp pain is a signal to stop immediately. Third, strict contraindications. Vacuum and Nauli are strictly prohibited if you have stomach or duodenal ulcers, tumors, abdominal hernias, appendicitis, during pregnancy, during menstruation, or with serious cardiovascular diseases. How to integrate the practice. Start with the vacuum. Hold it comfortably during a breath retention of about 10-15 seconds. Perform 5 sets every morning. Only when the vacuum becomes deep and automatic should you begin attempting the central contraction of Nauli. Mastering the wave may take weeks or even months. This is the process of building new neural pathways. Give your brain time to write new drivers for your muscles. Most people are passengers in their own bodies. They hope their organs will somehow survive fast food, stress, and gravity. When the system fails, they go to the pharmacy for a pill that only turns off the check engine light. Once you master Nauli, you stop being a passenger. You become the mechanic. You gain direct manual access to your endocrine and digestive systems. You control your metabolism, your calm, and your energy level. This is not yoga for stretching. This is biological control. This is NOXUS. Here, your sovereignty extends to every cell. We have learned how to mechanically cleanse and activate the body. But what happens when we shut off the supply of external fuel? In the next episode of the Shatkarm series, we will talk about psychological autonomy and fasting, how to break the mind's panic response, activate cellular autophagy, and prove to your brain that the absence of food is not a threat. See you there.